Hi everybody, welcome to week 5 of the summer clinic. I hope that you guys all had a great weekend. There was some pretty incredible runs that happened on the weekend. I know that it was the No Goat, Yes Goat challenge, and we saw all sorts of amazing accomplishments and records and personal bests and digging deep and overcoming obstacles and setbacks and teamwork and camaraderie. And although the Broken Goat event didn't officially happen, I certainly felt like deep in my heart that I was connected to everybody that went out and did their No Goat, Yes Goat this weekend. And I'm really, really grateful for that. And I want to congratulate everybody in the clinic who stepped up and met their goals either this weekend or last weekend or throughout the past 2 weeks of this challenge. Those of you in the summer clinic, you would have had a bit of reprieve on your run this weekend in the sense that we had our long run on Wednesday at Blue Grouse, which was magical and awesome, and I'm so grateful and happy that we could share that night together. Those of you that weren't able to make it, we hope that you guys had fun on your workouts, and those of you that are living out of town that aren't able to join us on those routes, we sure are enjoying seeing your photos and posts on social media, and we're happy to be able to stay connected and help keep everybody motivated. Last week we talked about how important consistency is when it comes to moving our fitness forward, and that not only does it progress our fitness, but it helps build our confidence. And our hashtag was close the gap because it was all about how being consistent helps us close the gap from where we are today to where we're heading. And so I hope that that was some extra motivation for you guys to implement that throughout your week. This week, I was trying to think about what to focus on, and the story of the old farmer is in one of Carter's bedtime storybooks that I used to read to him, although I didn't pull that exact story out of the book. I remembered it from there, and it's a book called Zen Shorts, and some of you with kids might have this book at home, and it got to me thinking about another short story that's in that book that I wanted to share with you. And this is the book here. And the short story I'm going to read to you guys this week is called A Heavy Load. 2 traveling monks reached a town where there was a young woman waiting to step out of her sedan chair. The rains had made deep puddles, and she couldn't step across without spoiling her silken robes. She stood there looking very cross and impatient. She was scolding her attendants. They had nowhere to place the packages they held for her, so they couldn't help her cross the puddle. The younger monk noticed the woman, said nothing, and walked by. The older monk quickly picked her up, put her on his back, transported her across the water, and put her down on the other side. She didn't thank the older monk, she just shoved him out of the way and departed. As they continued on their way, the younger monk was brooding and preoccupied, and after several hours unable to hold his silence, he spoke out. That woman back there was very selfish and rude. You picked her up on your back and carried her. She didn't even thank you. I set the woman down hours ago, the other monk replied. Why are you still carrying her? And I thought that this would kind of be an appropriate story. It can obviously apply to so many levels and aspects of our lives. I'm going to keep it on the training front and the coaching front for the example of this week. And I feel like it was a really good reminder as we head into our rest week and we head into the next 4 weeks of this clinic. Remember, we're trying to break the clinic down into 3 4-week increments. I think that it's a really good reminder for us not to carry past mistakes or failures or fears or any negativity or self-judgments that doesn't serve us, and to let go of those things so we can make space for new experiences and for new successes. So if you just take a hot minute and you try to think about some of the things that you have a hard time letting go of, or that you have held on to for so long that maybe you even convinced yourself that it's true, or that's the way it's always going to be because you just haven't let it go, or you haven't been able to open it up to new experiences, outcomes, or accomplishments. This can be, I'm never going to be a good hill runner, or I hate hills, I suck at them, or I can never make time to run past an hour, or it takes me 50 minutes to warm up every single week, or. So this week our hashtag is going to be hashtag the traveling monks, and I hope that it'll help everyone let go of any negativity or self-judgments or anything that you're holding on to that is maybe limiting you from reaching your maximum potential. These are sort of thoughts are stories that we sort of tell ourselves, and we hang on to these things when in fact they just hold us back from breaking new ground and from creating a new way of thinking, so that it opens up ourselves to be more successful and just to do your best and to feel good. So again, this week's hashtag is the traveling monks. In the Learn section this week, let's see, so last week it's kind of a spin-off. We talked a little bit about proper rest strategy and how to avoid winging it. So you all should by now have a ton of purpose that you've put behind what you're doing this week in the rest week, and it should have more purpose than any other training week that we've had so far. So I hear some people use the excuse of, well, I don't really know how far I ran. I don't ever download my watch. Or these are all excuses. You should know how much you're training. You don't need to be a Strava junkie, or you don't need to use all the online apps, but you should have some form of a training log that you're tracking your training. Maybe you're writing on top of the program that I developed for you guys, and so that you do have a really good idea of what does 20 to 50% of a reduction in volume look like for you this week, and how and where are you going to obtain that? Are you avoiding back-to-back runs to space it out to get more rest? Obviously, dropping intensity. I'm a really big fan of keeping long runs less than 90 minutes on a rest week, no matter what group you're in, 15, 25, or 50K. In fact, the 15s could even go as low as 60 minutes. And I'm also a really big fan of, if there's any intensity that you put into your week, like a speed workout, that you keep that workout short. And you take an extra day off if you feel like you need it, or you feel like things at home need more attention, or you have a project that's just been lagging, you can't get it done. This is the week to do that. That in itself feels like an accomplishment. It's going to help progress and move you forward, and it's going to create more space for you to get even more out of your training when you start your next build week. So for this week, I have on the Learn section reposted a little bit of an update on how to reassess your goals for the next 4. And it's basically going to have you have a little snapshot of looking back on the first 4, seeing how that worked out for you and how you feel, and put you into a good place so that when you look back at the next 4 weeks, when you get to the end and you look back at it, that you recognize how you want to feel, and it's going to help set you up for some of the decisions and the hard work and things that you want to plan out ahead of you. So please just take 5 minutes, read that over. Even if you're someone that's like, I'm good, I don't need goal setting, I'm fine where I'm at, take 5 minutes, please, and everyone, just review that this week for me, okay? The mentorship, I've got a video that I've done on fueling post-run. So if you don't have a routine in place right now when you finish your long runs, your Wednesday workouts, anything more longer or intense in particular, you're probably not maximizing your potential. If any of you are kind of finishing your runs and you're feeling sluggish all day or the next 2 days after, this is something that might really help you. Particularly as some of you start to do back-to-back workouts, whether it's back-to-back runs or back-to-back with cross-training, or you start to increase your volume. So be sure to check out the mentorship video. It's a new video for this clinic. It's not the same video from the spring clinic. Beautiful post by Hannah again this week on stillness and how it really translates over into your rest week. So I really encourage you guys to read that. It's beautiful. This week we have a really fun challenge. It's a yoga challenge, and I challenge everybody in the clinic to do 20 minutes of yoga a day. And if you can accomplish that, you will earn 5 bonus check marks to go into the next set of draw prizes. So if you don't have access to the Downward Dog app or online yoga, it's the honor system. We trust you. If you're finding 20 solid minutes to stretch every single day, then you will qualify for this. So that's 7 days a week. That's starting today, Monday, all the way to Sunday, 20 minutes of yoga or stretching. It cannot be accumulative. If you do an hour today, it doesn't count for 3 days of yoga. The whole point is every day you need to connect with it, okay? On Wednesday, we have a live watch party at 8 p.m. with Natalie. She's going to be doing a live yoga class on Facebook, so make sure you guys check into that. And that's also a bonus check mark if you're able to make that. So don't forget, tonight at 8 p.m. we have our first live watch. It's going to be a wrap up of the first 4 weeks of the clinic. I've got a fun little trivia game for you guys, and we're going to do our first set of draw prizes for the first set of check marks in the first 4 weeks. So just a little reminder to earn your check marks this week. Keep doing what you're doing. Do your best on Wednesdays, do your best on Sundays. You get 2 check marks. You don't have to post to social media. If you do those workouts and you post to social media, you get bonus check marks for the postings that you make. The hashtags this week are Earn Your Checkmark, Pace Trail Runs, and the Traveling Monks. So if anybody has any questions, be sure to reach out to me. I have a separate video that breaks down the Wednesday and Sunday workouts this week. So I hope that you guys soak up and enjoy your rest week. I look forward to seeing everybody tonight at on the Facebook Live at 8 p.m. And until then, I hope you guys have a super duper Monday.